Please welcome from way down under, YouTube's hottest late night host, Lou! Late night with Lou!
Hello and welcome. Glad to have you with us. Out of this world, in fact, to have you with us. We've been looking at scripture references to the event which Christians refer to as the Incarnation, second person of the Trinity, becoming human. And just to drive the point home, how human the second person of the Trinity became. Back to Hebrews. I said we'd get back to the letter to the Hebrews, and here we are in this episode looking at a passage from that letter which tells us something about just indeed how human the second person of the Trinity was willing to become. This is Hebrews 5, verses 7 to 10. In the days when he was in the flesh, he offered prayers and supplications with loud cries and tears to the one who was able to save him from death. And he was heard because of his reverence. Son though he was, he learned obedience from what he suffered. And when he was made perfect, he became the source of eternal salvation for all who obey him, declared by God on high to be high priest according to the order of Melchizedek. Now, we're not going to worry about his priesthood and Melchizedek and all of that, but just pay attention to the description of Jesus offering prayers, supplications with loud cries and tears, and the one who was able to save him from death, who of course did not save him from death. And this is a thing. You have to be part of the material creation to be able to die. If you're spiritual, such as myself, such as Demonia, Despicapus, Ingloria, you can't die. And in fact, the human soul cannot die. It's created immortal. From the moment of its inception, it cannot die. It enjoys, separated from the body, a quasi-angelic existence. We're not going to say it's like the angels, the human soul, but it's a disembodied existence, occupying no space, outside of space-time, and so forth. Only in the material creation is death possible. And God from God, light from light, true God from true God, the one through whom all things were made, comes into his own creation and dies in it. Dies in it, dies for it. How do I say this? The material creation is inferior. That's all. It's inferior. You can't begin to grasp the glory of the angelic realm because you're not angels. The purely spiritual realm so far outranks the material realm. And of course it does, because God is pure spirit. That's John chapter 4. God is pure spirit. And the angels are pure spirit. And so we far more perfectly resemble and reflect God in his glory than can anything in the physical cosmos, unbound as we are by your limitations, best understood as light. We're best understood as light, even living light. We occupy no space, causing your medieval theologians to pose silly questions about how many of us could dance on the head of a pin at the same time. But as I say, it's beyond really human comprehension until you're out of your body yourself and you realize what it is to be a purely spiritual creature. Just how far advanced the angelic creation is from the human creation until something happened to the human creation. And the angels were invited to worship that something that happened, that being, and I can also call it a creature, because Jesus became human and humans are creatures, that being which is the God-man, incorporating into himself the lower nature, material being, human nature, and we were asked to worship. Now let me try to explain. Oh, one moment. Demonia. Sorry. Just one moment. Ah, Demonia. Yes. Of course. Of course. Luz has come back from Marseille with dear Christopher. Oh, and Pierre's still with them as well. Okay. And there's fireworks. Fireworks above the Promenade des Anglais in Nice. I should think there would be, with the waste of $250 million on a Russian oligarch's yacht in Monte Carlo harbor. Was actually angry. Angry. Shocked beyond words and angry. And not with that sort of, hot-blooded. I've seen her anger before. Cold. Icy. Deep freeze sort of anger. No! Did she really? Asked Rupert where he was going to sleep tonight. So kicked out of the suite, is he? Had to get a room on his own. He tried to get a suite, but the hotel had none. So he's got his own little room there in the 4-star accommodations above the promenade. And Luz out to dinner with Christopher. Oh, poor dear Christopher. His mother unloading on him, and he's always tried so hard to play both sides of the fence when it comes to his parents, to please both of them. And Rupert, how is he faring in his room at the hotel? Oh, he's in Trixie's suite. I get it. With Trixie this evening, a quiet evening repast on the terrace of her suite, overlooking the moonlit Mediterranean. Well, how romantic. And Trixie, of course, all solicitude. She could have seen this coming. She's always told Rupert, but, in so many terms. I mean, not wanting to alienate him from herself, I mean. She'd be happy to alienate him from Luz, but, what a stiff Luz is when it comes to spending money. They're having a very nice dinner. Pheasant under glass. Some nice white French wine. Rupert's dejected, but determined. Sorry and not sorry at the same time. Yes, got it. Oh. God bless, so to speak. Pardon my Latin. The Lows. Mr. and Mrs. Lowe have texted, saying they would like to host a party on their yacht to celebrate the purchase of Rupert's new $250 million floating baby. And Rupert didn't think that was a good idea until Trixie suggested, oh, dear Trixie, suggested flying Faith and Gabriel over for the party. That is Rupert's daughter and younger son. Tell me, what is Faith up to these days? What is the heiress to future billions with 2 Stanford degrees, a BA and an MA in art history, doing of late? Still living in Manhattan? Working at a trendy gallery in the East Village, sleeping with a young Puerto Rican who dreams of becoming a Broadway star, but just at the moment is waiting tables in Soho. Is she coming? She jumped at it. Okay, good for her. And little Gabriel. Oh, what a name. These children, their names. Of course, with their mother's name, what can you expect? But Christopher, Faith, and Gabriel. Oh, well. And little Gabriel, where is he now? What is he up to? No. He's a sophomore at Princeton. Oh, what's he doing there? All right, getting high with his soccer mates, the teammates from his soccer team. All right, of course, I might have expected that. I mean, what's he studying? Oh, okay, not really anything at the moment. But he's getting grades good enough to stay at Princeton. Well, of course, he's a billionaire's son. What do you expect? And Gabriel's also coming to Nice. Yes, Daddy perked right up when Trixie mentioned the possibility of bringing over the younger children and accepting the Lowe's generous invitation to have a party on their yacht in Monte Carlo harbor. I'm curious to see how all of this goes. So when's the party scheduled? Next week. All right. Late next week. All right. I'll be sure to keep my schedule open so that you can give me reports. And let's hope in the meantime that Rupert and Luz have patched things up a bit, that he's sleeping in the suite again. Oh, these poor dear mortals. Sorry. I was laughing at the possibility that Luz may actually have committed a sin of anger in kicking her husband out of the suite. Let's hope that's the way they see it up there. She commits so few sins. It's really frustrating. Gotcha. Gotcha, my dear. All right, well then, till late next week, and a party on a yacht owned by a Chinese oligarch in Monte Carlo Harbor. Take care, Demonia. Yes, yes, of course, darling. Love you too. Satisfying. Satisfying, this whole turn of events. You know, who knows? I mean, maybe we could succeed actually in breaking Rupert and Luz Evangelina up. Oh, that would be something. Yeah. I mean, he's an unusual billionaire to have been married only once and for 30 years yet. There's a lot to look forward to in the next few days, week and a half, in the south of France. Stay tuned. I'll keep you informed. Meanwhile, be bad. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.